Thank God it was the Giants. Thank God. The perfect opponent for the Eagles following the Carson Wentz injury. What a despicable performance by this defense. But somehow, some way, as much as they bent, they didn't break at the end. Eagles win it. They escape with a win, 34-29. Nick Foles does throw 4 touchdown passes, so we did have that. But this defense, this did not look like a Super Bowl caliber defense today. And Philly 500 and I, we're going to get into it right now. What's up?
What's happening? Look, wasn't the easiest win. We didn't play, I thought, our best game defensively. But, at the end of the day, I guess, look, a win is a win. I thought Foles played okay. I thought he played pretty good. He, for the position he was put in, especially going down 20, come back, get Foles was I actually thought was a bright spot. I know he wasn't perfect, but I actually thought he played okay. The defense better wake up because they were not good.
Yeah, I have a big problem with the defense right now, a huge problem, because in order for this team to win a Super Bowl, this defense needed to ratchet up not only one level, but 2. And for what they did tonight, or today.
Yeah, they did. They definitely needed to pick it up. Yeah. Look, I thought of the way they lost to Los Angeles, the way they rallied when Carson went out of the game against Los Angeles. Then to come back in this game, I really thought that they were going to play a lot better. Let me take my glass. And they didn't play good at all. They had a lot of penalties. You had Mills got beat, Darby got beat, penalty. Even when 4th down, when they're punting, we get all sides and give them a 1st down. The defense has to pick it up. They're not playing good football right now. And it is a concern, and I am worried. The Eagles pulled the win out. They get a bye week, but we got to fix it. We have to fix the problems we have on defense right now.
Ever since the Seattle game, this defense has been getting kind of shredded. And in the opening quarter, if you remember, the defense was always getting off to great starts. Well, after not allowing a touchdown for their first, 11 games or so, they've now allowed touchdowns in their last 3 opening quarters. And in this one, 250 yards by the Giants over their first 3 drives, 20 points. Rodney McLeod. Dude. You did it last week against Cooper Kupp, and you did it again today. Several times.
McLeod was not good.
Not good.
He was not good.
Good.
Not good.
Ronald Darby.
And, the one thing I liked was when Patrick Robinson was yelling at them on the sideline. Remember when he was going off? He was trying to wake them up. He was trying to get these guys going. I thought McLeod was good. I didn't think Jalen Mills was good.
He stunk. Good. Ronald Darby stunk. They all stunk.
2 weeks. No, yeah, he stunk. Yeah, it was not a good defensive performance. I think they got a lot of pressure. I thought Brandon Graham had an excellent game, though. I'll say Brandon Graham, I thought, had a really good game. Bradham drops another interception. I would get that defense, and I would put them on the ball machine for like 2 hours a day all week. They drop so many interceptions every week. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bradham.
But my big gripe is Rodney McLeod, Darby, and Mills. So Mills was getting beat on the quick slants. Darby was getting beat on double moves and quick slants. And McLeod, that Sterling Shepard play right down the left sideline, a complete repeat of last week. They were supposed to fix this up during the week. Missed tackles have been a problem now for 3 weeks. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
You're going to win a Super Bowl.
Unacceptable. It is. And it's going to get harder.
Yeah.
It's going to get only harder. It's only going to get harder from here. Defense got to fix it. Defense has got to fix it. They got to get it going. They played the Giants, and the Giants stink. So I think that having the Giants this week was an important thing for the Eagles because hopefully they can go back and fix this. But at the end of the day, look, they win the game. I still thought Nick Foles played good for his first game as a backup and being in the position he did. Overall, I thought he played pretty good. And look, there's stuff to build on. And I still want to see Jay Ajayi get more carries. He's too effective. But hey, look, we're 12-2. We've got a bye, and that's what I'm happy about today. That's why I'm happy.
All right, so we'll get into Foles, and we'll get back to the defense. I thought he was okay. I thought he was okay. I know the stats look better than he played. I thought he missed some reads. I thought he was late on a couple throws, but at the end of the day, it was fine for his first start following the Carson Wentz injury. But this was also the Giants' defense. This is the worst pass defense in the NFL. So to see Foles miss some of the things that he did, it's a little bit discouraging because you can't do this in the playoffs. I'm hoping as the weeks go on and the momentum builds, he'll get better. Brendan and we're going to do the film study, and when we do it, you guys will understand where I'm coming from right now. But 4 touchdowns, he was efficient in the red zone, so that was good. But I thought he could have been a little bit better.
Look, it was his first game as a starter. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. And sometimes, when you get the live action playing right away, it takes a little while to get going. And they went down early so quickly, too. You know what I mean? So I think that, they became, and maybe they wanted to, I think. But, I mean, overall, I mean, I like the way. I like how he responded. I like that he didn't get nervous. I like how he carried the team. He still made the plays that he had to make when he had to make it. He wants some throws back. Yes. Is he Carson Wentz? No. You can see the difference talent-wise. But Nick Foles could be, in my opinion, a starting quarterback in this league, and I think he has potential to be a Pro Bowl guy that can win games. So I expect Foles to get better as time goes on. I would like to see them run the ball more. I think that the play calling could have been a little better and helped out Foles a little more, than it did.
Yeah, I think with Wentz, you probably would have scored like 45. I think that's what would have happened. Something like that. Yeah. But I agree with you on Doug. I mean, the fact that Jay Ajayi only got 12 carries. Now, that's Deuce Staley, too. He's been screwing up with the running back rotation all season long. I'm starting to get a really big issue with him and how he's running backs. I don't like it. Jay Ajayi should have been running a lot more than he did. You had, what was the ratio? 38 passes to 27 runs it was. That's not good enough. I thought they should have run the ball a lot more. And they were running the ball pretty effectively when they were. Corey Clement on that outside sweep.
Especially at John. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kelsey was doing a great job on the perimeter blocking. That one play where he got 2 blocks on one, that was beautiful.
That was nice. Yeah, that was awesome. I think, look, I think part of it, I like to think, and I'm speculating, but I mean, I think part of it was going down early. I think they went down early, and I think Doug wanted to come out and show that he's not scared to throw the ball with Foles and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely cool.
But I think that they should have run more. I mean, Jay Ajayi just has that initial burst way more than everybody else. You can tell. Like the 4th and 1 where they ran Blunt, I didn't like. I thought they should have run Ajayi on that play and maybe run him outside. Giants kind of knew that was coming. Everybody knew that was coming, and there's a lot of things to fix. But at the end of the day, all I know is we got the bye week, and I'm happy that we got the bye week. Sure, we got problems, but the number 2 seed can clinch home field, and that's going to be important going forward. Playing the Giants now and having these problems with the Giants is exactly what we need because this is going to help us going forward. I believe that.
Yeah. All right, so another issue I had today. And I haven't heard people talk about this yet. A reason why the secondary looked so bad today, this defensive line did not show up. No pressure on Eli at all. Pocket, no. He had all day to throw. There was no deep penetration whatsoever today. He was sacked once. This offensive line is complete dog shit, okay? And this Eagles defense just didn't show up in any phase, really. Except maybe run defense, but by God, the Giants' run game is just so bad. I mean, I would think anybody could stop that run game. But Fletcher Cox,
I agree with you.
At all. Timmy Jernigan was doing it on the running plays. Derek Barnett, Chris Long, Brandon Graham was good, but not enough pressure on Eli at all. 57 passes. So it was a predictable offense. They were throwing it every down, and you couldn't get any pressure on them.
Yeah, I thought Brandon Graham played a hell of a game. I thought he was effective. I thought they should have blitzed more. I thought Jalen Mills didn't have a good game. I think Darby had the nice interception to make up, but he also missed the pick in the end zone. I just think that they didn't – defensively, they're not playing good football right now. They're just not. This is 3 weeks in a row they haven't played. And every time they do make a stop, they get called for a penalty. The defense has to fix it up.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to watch this game again because, this was so bad. The defense was really, really bad today. They are very lucky they played the Giants. Any other opponent, they would have lost today. There's no doubt in my mind. They didn't deserve to win this game. They didn't.
Well, no, you don't always deserve to win every game, but win it at the end. I thought the big play that the Giants screwed up that we talked about earlier was that when it was 3rd and goal late in the game, the Giants decided to run the ball instead of trying to take 2 shots at the end zone. And I thought that killed them because then they called the timeout. The Eagles use their last timeouts, but then they get an offsides. It only becomes that much harder, and they only got 1 shot at it. And I think that was the real big the Giants made. They were too worried about the clock and the timeout and not enough about getting the points.
Yeah, because you had 1st down. You had McLeod make a play in the flat. 2nd down, it was what? Darby didn't bite on the double.
2nd down.
He didn't bite on the double. 3rd down, you had the run. And then the 4th down, it was Corey Graham on Evan Ingram in the back of the end zone. And that is something that they did adjust with because Ingram was really killing the Eagles early on. He had 4 receptions for 49 yards in the first quarter, something like that. And then they started putting Graham on him. Patrick Robinson was on him in the slot. So Jim Schwartz did make the adjustments on that end because Evan Ingram was the guy that was killing us.
Right.
But in terms of the guys in the out, see, that's the thing that's baffling to me. Tavares King, Roger Lewis, you guys made these guys look like Pro Bowlers today. This needs to go very, very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly, and it is concerning because now, like you said, we're talking about this is 3 weeks in a row that we've had these problems on defense, and it's only going to get harder, and it's only going to bite us more down the road. Look, there's no doubt you're not. And if you're playing the Seattle Seahawks today, if you were playing, the Saints today, you would have lost today. We did not play good enough. We did not play good enough. We caught a break that it was the Giants, and I guess the way I'm looking at it is, and have time to get this fixed. We have time. Can they get fixed? We'll see. But at least we have time. At least we know what the issues are, and hopefully they can get it fixed. See, right? I don't know, but I'm glad to get a bye week. That's my thing.
Huge, and now just one better way to get it for throughout the playoffs.
And that helps to play at home. I think somebody said today that I think they give up 16 points on average at home. Yeah. That's pretty good. So if you could do that in the playoffs, you'll have a chance to win. But look, I don't know. After the week we had last week with Wentz going down, I'm just happy to get the victory. Now maybe we don't do nothing. Maybe we stink next week. I don't know. All I know is that today we got a bye. We haven't had a bye since 2004. I'm happy to get the bye week. And yes, we have a lot of problems. There's no doubt about it. But we can fix it. We have a chance to fix it. And we'll hopefully we do that. Hopefully we get home field, like I said, get to the playoffs, and then just take your best shot. Swing, do everything you can, and then whatever happens is going to happen. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm glad to get the victory. I'm just happy for that. And maybe that's I don't know. Maybe that's being blind to all the problems. I understand all the problems. We have to fix it going forward. I think we can.
The reason why I'm worried about the defense is just a little bit now, because this is now the third week in a row they've done this. And this is the second straight year where late in the season, Jim Schwartz's defense is somewhat getting exposed. And it's the same sort of recipe as last year, the quick passing game. And when you cannot pressure the quarterback, your secondary gets exposed. And I think that's something that's been masked this year by the front seven because they've been so great pressuring the quarterback. It's made play calling very predictable. So the cornerbacks, it's been easy for them. Well, today, Eli was getting time, and he was getting a lot of time. And when you get time, you can execute double moves and stuff down the field. And that's what we saw today. Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, they were getting beat all game long. I mean, Eli threw it 57 times, 37 to 57. What did he throw for? Let's check this out. 434 yards. 3 touchdowns. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. This is a team that
I don't think the Giants have had that. I don't think the Giants have had that much defense, that much offense production all year. I mean, it's really bad. I just don't understand why we don't blitz when we're not getting pressure with the front seven. Why don't we blitz? We don't blitz at all. And to me, that's what you needed to do against Eli Manning. And they didn't. Why? It's just like, if it ain't.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to try something real quick. You've been kind of breaking up during the show a little bit. So I'm gonna try. If you go off for a second, I apologize. But I'm just going to try something with the internet real quick. Special teams. And the special teams is the reason why we won this game. Special teams. You hear me? You back?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay,
you're back now.
Yeah, I reset my internet real quick because it seems like it's being slow. So we're back now. But I'm getting into special teams now because I think they're the reason why we won this game. First, you had the blocked extra point. You had a blocked field goal by Malcolm Jenkins, and you also had a blocked punt. 3. They're lucky the special teams showed up today.
Yeah, I the special teams did, except for that punt that we got an offside and then got a first down.
No. Yeah, the internet's been fucking lousy.
But yeah, going on with the internet.
But yeah, my internet's not doing that.
Yeah, But yeah, I mean, the way I see it, Eagles definitely played good today. So yeah, is that the reason why we won? I agree. That was a big part of it. I think Foles' ability to get us back in the game, even though he wasn't perfect, was an important thing. I don't know. I mean, we got a lot to work on. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. You know, the reason why I'm acting the way I'm acting today, it's our expectations are Super Bowl, right? That's what people want to say. Well, if the expectations are Super Bowl, I'm going to nitpick every little thing because I want this team to win a Super Bowl. I want it. Everybody wants it. It's okay. It's okay to pick on the team. Do you hear me, Philly? Because it seems like everything's a little.
I agree. Yeah. Now. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Everything's lagging, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's me or not, but yeah, I think that look, everything's not. You know, we beat the Giants. The world ain't coming to an end. We got a lot of things to work on, and I'll say this: the Eagles will be fine forward. I believe they'll fix it, but who knows? The Raiders game is going to be another test for them, but the defense scares the hell out of me right now, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a playoff situation. I'm looking at it like this: like, if our defense looked the way they did today, playing the Saints, no shot. We got no shot. If they look today if they play, say, the Rams or somebody that gets the ball out quick, we got no shot. We're not winning the way we look today. And that's why this needs to improve quickly. It's been like this
agreed.
It's 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is 3 weeks of not good defense, very sloppy defense, and just except for that Rams when went someone out, they picked it up. They really haven't played good, and they got to figure it out. But they're going to have to make some adjustments. I mean, where's Rasul Douglas? Why isn't he playing? I don't know. I just think that they got to do some different things on defense. They're doing the same thing every week. I mean, when you're not getting pressure on Eli Manning, why are you not blitzing him? He had way too much time, and everything was opened over the middle. I just thought that they didn't really do anything different than they've done for the last 3 weeks. It's always the same thing, and until you change it up, it ain't going to change. Teams are going to do the same thing against you.
Yeah. I thought in some other areas, I thought Najee Good obviously looked no good at all. But Michael Kendricks, again, missing tackles. I didn't think he played well. And there goes my logo. So my logo didn't approve either. Who did play well on the defense besides Brandon Graham? Did anyone play well?
Fantastic. Brandon Graham played good. I thought at times Bradham played okay. He missed a lot of tackles, dropped the interception. No, I think Brandon Graham was the star on defense, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All
right. Let's talk more about the offensive side of the ball because we spent a lot of time on the defense. What stood out to you? What are the positives you saw?
Well, I once again, Jay Ajayi, I like how he's playing. I love the way he's playing. I thought wasn't perfect, but I thought the situation in what he came into, I thought Foles did a good job. I thought he was good. I thought he made the plays that he had to. I thought Ertz played excellent. Ertz was good. I loved the way Ertz played. Aguilar dropped the ball he shouldn't have, but he also had a great touchdown. I thought Alshon played good in the limited throws that I've seen him get.
Yeah.
But what I didn't like, I didn't think Big V played good again, and I didn't like the choice of play calling. I still don't understand why they're not giving Ajayi more carries. I want more carries for him.
I thought Nelson Aguilar was a bright spot again. He did have the drop, but that touchdown catch to leap over a defender, I thought that was outstanding. He might have even led the team in receptions. I'll have to look at that. Jeffrey, I agree with you. He had shown off the strong hands on a couple contested catches. I thought that was good. He also had the touchdown work in the back of the end zone. That was a good throw from Foles. Again, I thought Foles was okay. For what Foles is, he played about what – this is what Nick Foles is. But against another defense, I don't think we're going to see as many, open receivers because that Trey Burton touchdown, for example, anybody could throw that. But I thought he missed some opportunities. I'm going to review the film. I'm going to look at it with Brendan, and I'm curious to see if he agrees.
Yeah, I mean, definitely missed some throws. There was a pass to Ertz where he had pressure, so he came up and he went to throw it, and then he tried to pull back and then throw it, and he missed Ertz. He was wide open. There was a slant with Aguilar where Aguilar would have gone for like 30 yards, so he just missed them. There were a couple throws he missed. I thought Alshon made one great catch where he dive and sprawl out for it because the pass was a little off. I mean, he definitely missed some throws. But Nicky Sixx was cool when they were down 21-7. And what I liked was he just kept coming and he didn't miss a beat. And I thought, overall, I was happy with Foles. I was happy with the way he played. Because I see Foles backup as a backup to Carson Wentz. He's not Carson Wentz. There's no way he's Carson Wentz. I think he could be a starter in the league. I think he has some talent. But I guess my expectations for him weren't, as high as other people. So I thought overall he played good.
He played good for what he is. The reason why I'm nitpicking again, if we want to win a Super Bowl, that's the standard, right? That's what we want. That's what we're gunning for. Super Bowl. Everyone still believes. Well, if we all still believe, we can't make excuses for Foles. There are things he needs to clean up. There are things that he needs to get better at. That's the way I'm approaching this, and that's the way I'm looking at this. He did what I expected him to do against this defense, to throw for 3-4 touchdowns. But some of the times that he double clutched and he would sail it, and some of the anticipation throws, he was late. He missed some open reads. So just clean that stuff up, and we'll get going against other teams. But the way he played today, I don't know if it would have been good enough against a better defense. And the way our defense played today, we wouldn't have won.
I agree. I agree for the most part. I'm here.
Okay, dude. I'm sorry about this internet thing, because this is just messed up today.
I don't know what's going on, but it's all right. Look, I think that, I don't know. Yes, do we want to win a Super Bowl? Yes. Like I said the whole time, I'm worried about is home field advantage right now. When we get to the Super Bowl, if we get to the Super Bowl, we'll see. But you're right. You got to play better. You got to play 1,000 times better than you did today. There's no doubt about it. But I really thought that I thought the defense would play better, and I thought Foles might not have played as well. I thought he would have 3 or 4 touchdowns, but I didn't think he would make some of the passes that he did make. So I was happy overall with Foles,
Yeah. See, people in the comments section don't like what I'm saying, and that's fine. Again, I'm holding this team under a different standard now. Okay, like you guys were telling me and telling Philly 500 that they weren't going to miss a beat with Wentz and Foles. It was different out there today. It was a little bit different. He played well for what he is, for what Nick Foles is. He's in the 30s in terms of quarterbacks in the NFL. Wentz is top 5. If we want to win a Super Bowl, there were throws out there that Nick Foles didn't make that you have to make in a playoff setting. He threw 4 touchdowns against the Giants. This is the Giants. Dak Prescott looked like a fucking Pro Bowler last week against the Giants. Everybody looks like a Pro Bowler against the Giants. I want to see better. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm nitpicking. If we want to win a Super Bowl, I am going to nitpick. I told you guys this. Don't be angry at me.
I understand what you're saying. If you're putting it in terms of winning a Super Bowl, yes, he was not good enough today to win a Super Bowl. There's no question about it. I don't even know if he would have been good enough to win against certain teams in the playoffs. But I'm looking at it is we're not at the Super Bowl yet. We're not even there. We're just at the first game that he's the starter. We're only playing the first game he's a starter. So I guess I expect this kind of stuff to happen in his first game. Yeah. I don't expect him to come out and be Carson Wentz. And there are people out there who think that he is as good as Carson Wentz. And it's just not true. It's just not true. And he is a good quarterback. I think he can be a good starter in this league. Take time. I think that this is only the first game. Then next week, he needs to be better. The week after, in the first playoffs, he needs to get better every week. This, to me, I guess I just look at this like this is the starting point for Nick Foles. This is where we're starting. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the tape, and I'm very curious to see if Brennan agrees. Because if Brennan agrees with me, then I'm going to feel real smart.
You're very smart. What do you mean? You know that.
Well, I'm getting hate because I'm not as, I don't know. He was fine. Nick Foles was fine, but it wasn't good enough if you want to win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair statement.
He's got to be better in a playoff setting.
Got to be better, and like I said, I'm looking at this as a starting point. I feel like he needs to be better, but it was only his first game, and so I kind of expected this. I expected him to miss passes. I expected him to have those kind of moments because he hasn't played all year. He played a little bit in the Rams game, you know. Now, if he comes out against the Raiders next week and we see more of this and it doesn't look like it's getting better and he's getting sharper, then there is reasons for concern. But to me, I feel like this was his starting point and it'll get better. And maybe I'm looking at it with biased eyes. I have to accept that. I accept it. But I thought for the first game.
All right, so I see a comment here. Explain how it was different. We scored 30-plus. Wentz misses shit all the time. Don't be a critic to Foles, and the defense playing like 3 weeks. So it looked the same to me. So we got the Nick Foles Kool-Aid drinkers out. All right, listen. This is 30-plus against the Giants. This is the Giants, okay? This is the worst defense in the league. There were things that Foles missed that Wentz hasn't missed, like literally. So I need to see more. If we're holding, again, I'm looking at it from a different lens, all right? If we want to win a Super Bowl, okay, a Super Bowl, Wentz and Foles, there was a drop-off today. And it's okay that there's a drop-off. Foles was fine for what he is, okay? But again, if we want to win a Super Bowl, he has to be better. There were throws that he missed. There were many things that he missed. That's all I'm saying. He's fine for what he is. But God damn, everybody's putting up 35 against the Giants this year.
Yeah. I mean, me and you are looking at it from two totally different perspectives. Yes. You're looking at it from this is where he has to be a Super Bowl champion. I'm looking at it like this is a starting point where he is to get to this point. But I don't he could be at this point today. I think it's impossible for you to sit all year and be at that level. I think it's going to take time, you know, and it's going to be the coaches and his job to make that happen a lot quicker. You know what I mean? The one thing about Carson is one big way that you can see the difference is look at the 3rd and longs. Carson converts 3rd downs out his ass. Yeah. This guy go 4 and out. He couldn't convert the 3rd downs like Carson Wentz could.
Yeah.
He can't do what Carson can. He's not Carson Wentz. He'll never be Carson Wentz. But I think Nick Foles could be a good starting quarterback. I think he's better than what we saw. I think this, in my opinion, I guess, from this point to the playoffs and maybe into a Super Bowl. And I'm expecting him. But today, in his first game, it's possible for me to think that he could be there in the first game. You know, I guess that's how I look at it.
Yeah. This is mainly me saying, like, to all the people that said there was not going to be a drop-off from Wentz and Foles, I'm looking at it from that perspective, and I'm also looking at it from I'm holding this team to a higher standard now. Like, we're looking at – we want to win a Super Bowl again. I'm just saying the same stuff now, so I'm going to stop. But, by the way, someone said I said Cooper Kupp was a bust. I didn't say that. I like Cooper Kupp. Go back and ask Brennan. We both like Cooper Kupp. Sorry. All right.
I thought Cooper Kupp was going to be slower, but he wasn't. He was a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, I like Cooper Kupp. All right. 500 yards giving up, but you guys keep talking about Foles. We talked about the defense the first fucking 15 minutes of the show. Go rewind it. We started with the defense. We picked them apart. Rewind it. So stop. Stop it with that. God, the defense I had a lot more problem with than Nick Foles. All right, so stop it with that.
Yeah, I mean, defense wasn't good at all. They weren't, and they got to be better. No, yep. I don't feel like I've bashed Foles at all. I just expect this is what I kind of expected. You know, it's first game, but yeah, I mean, see, if somebody says that if you don't think Nick Foles is as good as Carson Wentz, you're bashing Nick Foles. I'm sorry, that's crazy talk. You know, to me, I think Nick Foles his first game, but it's got to get better. He's got to improve as the season goes. I don't think that's a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, I want to see more. That's all. So all right. Let's get back.
You're right.
We'll get back to the defense a little bit because, again, like I didn't like that Jim Schwartz didn't bring any pressure today. Seemed like none of that. I mean, so you had a defensive line that wasn't getting after the quarterback, and you had a secondary that was giving up big chunks in yardage. Why weren't you trying to mix it up and bring the blitz there, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's a big issue for me because when you're not getting pressure and they're completing so many passes, especially like that 10 to 15 yard range right over the middle is like wide open, and he's bringing no pressure at all. Look, if you're not getting pressure and your secondary's not playing well, the way to change things up is to start getting pressure. We all know what Eli, if you knock Eli around, you can really throw him off. He'll throw the big pick. So it was shocking to me that they brought no pressure in this game. And they didn't blitz it. I just didn't understand it at all.
Somebody in here is saying Foles better than Wentz. Wow. See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's
Foles better than Wentz because he threw 4 touchdowns against the Giants? Like, come on, dude. Come on. Get with reality here.
That's disrespectful to Carson Wentz.
That is completely disrespectful to Carson Wentz.
Yeah. It's just not the case. That's just not the case. If Foles was better, he would have been the starter. He's not better. Carson Wentz is an elite second-year quarterback who's going to be around for a long time. Nick Foles is a good player. He could be a good starter. He may be the best backup in the league. I agree.
Yeah.
But he's not Carson Wentz. I'm not going to say that he's Carson Wentz. I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe that. I love Nick Foles. I can love Nick Foles and like what he is and appreciate Nick Foles and still say Carson Wentz is better. You can do both.
Yeah. All right. So I'll approach it like this. Okay. So I agree with your points. Like for his first game, he was fine for what he is, but there are definitely things that on tape that I'm sure that Doug Peterson's going to, sit him down. They're going to look at. And I want to see some of these things get cleaned up in the next couple weeks with the misreads. I mean, when you have receivers running wide open and you don't even see it, this was a problem with the Rams last week from what Brendan and I saw on tape as well. So this is 2 weeks in a row you're missing open reads. And these are things that Carson Wentz wasn't doing. So if you play a better opponent than the Giants, and I'm talking about playoffs now, you play a playoff game, this isn't going to be good enough. And you're not going to see guys running wide open all the time against a better defense because that shit gets limited. So if you're missing open reads constantly against a bad defense, you're going to have limited opportunities against a good defense, and you better not miss them. That's the point I'm making. The Giants, they have defensive liabilities everywhere. They're the worst defense in the league. They have guys running free all the time. That's my point here. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me. Yes, it makes sense. Yeah. It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Nick Foles is great in the red zone, though.
I think that those are things we're going to have to see going forward. How they fix those situations, how they go back and look at it. Those are the things we got to see. I think Foles is capable of making adjustments and being better. Of course I do. But today was his first game as a starter. They go down early quick. And I kind of felt like this was, get his feet under him, get acclimated to the speed of the game again and not playing in a while. And I feel like that was a good performance for what. So I guess I'm just looking at it as not where I want to get to, but where we're starting from and then going forward. Now, when he plays the Raiders, I expect him to be better. I expect him to play better when he plays Raiders. That's kind of my feeling on it.
I hope this guy's joking. You trade Wentz because he has a broken wing and keep Foles? Why?
I don't believe that.
Why are some people in the fan base so stupid?
I don't believe anybody thinks. I believe they're just trolling us. I don't believe
that.
Look, I mean, look, when Zeke Elliott got suspended, right? A top 3 running back in the league. You heard all the Cowboy fans, all these stars. Alfred Morris could do everything Zeke Elliott could do. Oh, we're not going to miss a beat. The guy is an elite running back. You don't replace him. And you've seen what happened. Elite players don't grow on trees. The reason why you Eagles traded all those picks for Carson Wentz was because they saw a kid that could develop into what we saw. Second year, you throw 33 touchdowns. I'm sorry. Be great. And he's ours. I love Nick Foles. But Nick Foles is not Carson Wentz. If Carson's healthy right now, he would be starting. And that's the difference.
Yeah, I'm getting bashed in the comments, so I don't think anyone really understands where I'm coming from. So that's fine. I don't expect them to, but I will try and break it down on the film study, and I will try and show you guys where I'm coming from, because there were times that he did misreads, and it's okay. You can fix these things, but Carson wasn't missing as many as what Nick Foles missed today. So that's that. Okay, so back to the defense. Who played worse? Like, who was the worst one today?
Who I thought the worst guy? That's a great question. I would say Rodney McLeod or Jalen Mills.
Yeah,
I thought those two guys were really, really bad.
Rodney
that great either. That was like, and he did the same thing last week, man. He can't tackle nobody. You know, that's 2 weeks in a row. I just don't understand what he's doing. Brandon Graham was the best player on defense by far. I mean, he came to play. He got to Eli a couple times. He made a couple great plays in the backfield. So I think Brandon Graham was a stud. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I've loved the way he played this year.
Yeah. People are saying Mills. I agree. Mills and McLeod. I think McLeod gets lost in here because it was the cornerbacks that were getting beat, but some of the angles that McLeod was taking was absolutely atrocious. So there's that.
I agree.
Yeah. And I'm getting ripped for my Foles comments. They don't get it. They don't get where I'm coming from. It's fine.
Well, I think they're not understanding. You're looking at, like, I guess what you're saying, and you tell me if I'm wrong. What you're saying today is, if today Nick Foles played in the Super Bowl, he wasn't good enough to win it.
Yes.
So what you're looking at it from that perspective. I don't know what other people are looking at. Like I said, I'm looking at a little different angle than you, but I understand what you're saying. You're saying if he's playing Pittsburgh or New England in the Super Bowl, this would not have been good enough. Yeah. I think that's a fair statement. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. What I'm saying is this is his first game, and for what it was, I thought he did a good job, and the way he played.
Unfortunately, you cut up again there.
That's kind of.
But the four touchdowns is what makes the stat line look great, and he played great. I thought he was great in the red zone because he did have a touchdown to Jeffrey, but you did have a wide open Burton on a busted coverage. There was a lot of busted coverages from the Giants. That's kind of where I'm getting at here. When you have a lot of busted coverages, and you see that Foles only threw for like 240 yards or whatever it was, it should have been a lot more. You know, so again, listen, he was fine for his first game. It was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought he was good for his first game. I thought he did enough to help us win the game, and we won, and that was the point. And it was his first game, and I'm happy with the way he played overall. But yes, he's going to have to be better next week and going for playoffs. And I expect this time goes. I think he will. I think he'll get sharper, and I think he'll be fine. So I guess that's why I'm not really about Foles too much. I thought Foles was fine.
Yeah. My big issue is the defense today. That's my issue. That's like 10 times a bigger issue than Foles. 100 times bigger than Foles. Because, again, this goes back to if you want to win a Super Bowl, this defense, if they would have played like this against New England, if you would have played like this against the Patriots, they would have put up 45, 50.
Yeah. I mean, you would have had trouble with teams like, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. I agree. You got to be better. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
First game, I thought Foles did a good job overall, and I'm okay with that. So against the Raiders, we got the win. We got a bye week. Now we need home field, and that's what's important.
Yep. All right. What else there to discuss? Anything else?
No. Only thing I'll say is I think that when we're dealing with all these things like Foles and the defense, one of the things that I'd like to see them run the ball more. And we talked about this. Yeah. I think Doug's play calling could be a little better to help Nick a little more.
Yeah. Stats don't lie. Someone's calling me a dingbat because stats don't lie. Oh boy.
Stats don't lie. So stats aren't always everything.
So he's going to throw 4 touchdowns against every defense in the league. Come on, people. This is the Giants.
Yeah.
This is the fucking Giants. They stink.
The Giants stink. No doubt about it.
All right. So I think people definitely misinterpreted where I was coming from today. That's okay. Yeah. I'll try to explain myself in the film room. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I apologize, Philly, for my actions.
Don't apologize. You got to say what you think and feel. Don't ever say what you think and feel. If people get mad, they get mad. If they don't get mad, they don't. But you always tell them what you think. That's how you feel. So you say it, I understand where you're coming from. If I was looking at it from the same perspective as you, I would think the same way. I guess I just was looking like, I just want to see Foles play. I'm not sure what to expect. I hope he's good. And then, he goes out and they win the game. I'm like, okay, this is the starting point. Now we got to get better. That's kind of how I see it. But if I was looking at it from the point of view of this is the Super Bowl, I understand where you're coming from. I do.
This is the second week in a row where he missed some open reads. And I just, if I see improvement in that area, I'll feel a lot better. Okay? Because, again, this goes back to if you play a Minnesota, all right, they might give you, I don't know, say 1 or 2 busted coverages a game. And the Giants did it all game today. And Fultz was routinely missing some of them. So if you play the Vikings and there's a couple plays where that coverage isn't tight, you cannot miss that read. That's where I'm getting at here. So I think people misinterpreted because, again, I agree with you that Foles was fine. He was fine for first start, whatever. But, yeah, that's where I'm coming from. So I want to move on from this because I feel like no one's understanding.
Yeah, and it's not gonna end, So, yeah, there's not at this point. There's nothing.
Foles the lovable character.
You can do to explain.
That's why people are acting the way they're acting. They're just going to defend him. No matter what.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think maybe when you do the film study and you can show the examples you're talking about, people will understand a little more. I just think I would say that's just, just look at it from the perspective of, hey, it's his first game. He's got to improve, but at least we got a bye week. I guess that's how I'm looking at it. So, it's not easy.
Okay, how about I explain it like this? In the red zone, I thought he was an A. In between the 20s, I thought he was a C. Does that make sense? Does that make more sense to some people? Because in the red zone, he threw 4 touchdowns. That's good.
I loved it.
Yeah. I can't figure out how I need to say what I need to say. It's just all in my head, and I don't think people get it. All right.
Yeah.
We got final thoughts on this game?
Yeah. Defense. I think they have to pick it up. But the team rallied. They won. They got a number 2 seed. They get a bye week. Now we can clinch home field. There's a lot of things to work on, but there's a lot of time to do it. So we need to come back. We need to be better. We need to fix these things. But overall, 12-2 with a bye, I can live with that tonight. I can live with it, and I expect them to be better against the Raiders.
Yeah. And it's another bad defense, too. So we'll see if the Raiders defense, just like the Giants, if they kind of miss some assignments and they allow these wideouts to run free, I want to see Foles hit those guys. So that's the improvement I want to see. And if we see that improvement, and if the defense improves, then all of a sudden you got a much better shot in the playoffs. But the way this team looked today, can't play like this in a divisional round. And that's why I'm nitpicking. That's at the end of the day, that's why I'm nitpicking. This isn't a team just gunning for an NFC East title and maybe you win one game in the playoffs. No, we're talking Super Bowl here in Philly. And they're in a position to potentially win one, even though the odds are stacked against us. That's where I'm coming from today. So please understand where I am coming from. If this was a team just looking to win one playoff game, what Nick Foles did today was fine. But I want more because I want to win it all.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. You have to be at your best. The Eagles are gonna have to play their best football. The margin of error is thinner than it's ever been, losing Wentz, and you have to play at a top level. You can't make mistakes. There's no doubt about it. I hear you.
Yep. All right. There we go. So it's not like I don't talk bad about Wentz either, because I've been on his case too all season.
Well, we criticized Wentz early on, but remember about him missing all those long passes early on?
Yeah. When I was criticizing Wentz early in the season, people were telling me to stop. And it was just true. He was missing the long balls. He was missing Jeffrey. That Seattle game was awful. That I was all over Wentz for that one. So it's not like I'm sitting here criticizing Foles because I like Wentz. I criticize everybody. This is what I do. You have if you wanted to win a Super Bowl, you have to nitpick. I am being Bill Belichick right now. That's what I'm doing. Bill Belichick nitpicks everything. That's what as a head coach, that's what you're supposed to do. So if there are some plays where he missed, it's okay to criticize. We get into defense mode all the time as fans. I'm not afraid to say when I see it.
I hear you. No, I agree. I think it's fine if you look at it from the lenses that you're looking at it. Super Bowl being where you want to get to and win. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I'm looking at it a little differently, but I understand your point of view. I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Yep. And like we talked about Foles, some of the reads that he missed today. Well, think about Wentz. He did improve. The things that he was doing earlier on the season, he got better as the year went on. So Foles, again, like you were saying, it's his first game. Improve. And some of the things that I saw this week, I don't want to see next week.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to play it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And if it continues, you're going to hear me start to things more because I expect improvement. You know what I mean? I expect those things to be cleaned up.
Somebody agreed with me, finally. Finally, somebody sees it right how I see it.
Hey!
You're right, Adrian. Foles left a lot on the field, but the defense was a bigger problem. And the defense was a huge problem. And I definitely acknowledge this. In the beginning, the whole first half of our show was about the defense. Just completely eviscerating them. I really shouldn't be talking bad about Foles. That you know what? Yeah. That is right. I should be eviscerating the defense more. This whole show should have been about the
defense. Defense is a scary, scary, scary situation because you're talking about 3 weeks, as far as I'm concerned, 3 weeks that they have not looked good at all. Yeah. And to get to the point where, like, are we going to clean this up? You know, I'm getting a little worried about if they're going to fix this or not, because you don't have Carson Wentz to score you 50 points to win a game. So, yes, this defense needs, you know, I'm expecting them to figure this out by the Raiders game, because really, if they win the Raiders game, they're probably not going to play against Dallas. So really, this Raiders game could be the last opportunity they have to kind of figure this out. So they need to get it going.
Yeah. Seems as though you hold Nick Foles to a way higher standard than our franchise quarterback. Man, I don't think people understand where I'm coming from.
I don't think so.
Okay. Think about it this way. All right? Because the same thing that I criticized Wentz for in the Seattle game is the same thing as this Giants game. Wentz left 17 points on the field against Seattle, right? He missed Aguilar, and he missed Aguilar twice. And that was 17 points on the field. I forget what the other thing was. So against Seattle, you were able to get away with that. And there were a lot more opportunities that Foles could have made today. So against the Seattle, this game you wouldn't have won today. So that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, and here's what I guess the way I look at it is Foles didn't play his best game, missed a lot of things in Seattle, but the response that Foles came out against the Rams with was everything that you would expect from an elite quarterback. The MVP candidate. He fixed it. He came out and he had a Foles next week. I expect the things that he did and the mistakes he did against the Giants today to be fixed against the Raiders. And if it doesn't, then I think we maybe we should be concerned. But I expect it to be fixed. I expect Foles to improve.
All right. So again, somebody wasn't listening. How many touchdowns should Wentz have thrown today? I said Wentz was great in the red zone. Somebody said, how many touchdowns should Foles have thrown today? So people are just strictly looking at the 4 touchdowns, and that's what I think is going on here. So he was great in the red zone. In between the 20s, he was a C. So okay, we'll do final thoughts again, and we'll get out of here.
Okay. 12-2. You got a bye week. A lot of improvements need to be made. I am concerned about the defense going forward. This is 3 weeks in a row they haven't played well. I thought for Foles starting in his first game, I thought he was fine, but he definitely got. But overall, I'm just happy to have the bye week and happy to be 12-2. And you know, the Raiders game, I can't wait to get home field, and I expect this team to get better.
Yeah, I think Foles will improve on some of the stuff that I saw today. I think it'll happen. If Doug Peterson is as good of a coach as he's been all season long, he will see the things that I think they'll improve on. Some of the double clutches and overthrows, that needs to improve as well. But again, at the end of the day, the defense has been abysmal the last 3 weeks. And if you want to win a Super Bowl with Nick Foles as your quarterback, this defense needs to start playing elite football. They've been below average / pitiful for 3 weeks now. You want to win a Super Bowl, you can't look like this. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's Philly 500. I am Adrian Fedke. We're out.